Fred here, and welcome back to the Gear Obsession channel. In this episode, we will be taking a look at the Energizer 3-in-1 LED flashlight with light fusion technology. Stay tuned. I was walking around Target. That's right, not Walmart. Target. And I came across this in the flashlight section, and I thought it was really cool. It caught my eye because it just looks so different than your normal flashlights. And there's a couple of things that make this very different. One is it's 3-in-1. It's an area light, it's a directional light, and it's a task light. And they let you, because of this packaging, you can actually play with it right there. And it got me sold, and I had to buy it, and I just knew that I would have fun reviewing this. So the one thing that really impressed me was how bright this is for that area light, and even the directional light is pretty bright. And we'll go over the specs in a minute, but I'm just enjoying the packaging here. Now, they call this light having light fusion technology, and what that is you got this whole plate of light, and the way that they do this is that there's 3 LEDs down in there, and it lights up this piece of plastic. And what they did was they just put these, do I have this thing lit? It's just a light reflecting, but they put these little divots or bumps in the plastic, which sort of catches that light at those exact locations wherever it is up and down this piece of plastic to just make the whole piece of plastic light up. You know, it's a pretty cool idea. And let's see, the other neat thing about it is on the back they state that it's dimmable. I like that they finally figured out how to make LEDs dimmable, and it also has legs, so the packaging is really nice. If you look in the fine details, you will see that it is made in China, and I know how much you all love how stuff is made in China. They do state that it's 100 lumens. It's 100 lumens, and it lasts for 10 hours for the directional light. But that's a little misconceiving. Is that the word? The thing is that it's 100 lumens, but that's when it's on high power. But it's 10 hours when you have it on the lowest power. You see, they tell you the good specs for each spectrum, but they don't tell you the real ones together. It's not going to last 10 hours on high. And the same goes for the area light. The area light, 150 lumens, and they say 100 hours, but it is not 100 hours. That's only when it's at its lowest. And I'll tell you what, I can demonstrate this right now. When you turn it on, and then if you hold the button after you turn it on, you could watch it dim. It's going to dim. Okay, it's actually lit, and you'll see that when I turn this light out. Alright, so let me go ahead and get this out of the packaging, and we can take a closer look. Got it out of the package. First thing, this is the instructions, and they are folded up in the size of a postage stamp. Then, I had to read this because, for some reason, this thing is in some sort of test mode when you buy it, so a customer can't try it out and then walk away and let the batteries go dead because they installed the batteries in here. So what eventually happens, after a couple of seconds, the light goes out. You like how that timed? So, how do I make it stop doing that? So you got to read the instructions, but the instructions come written in 1-point pitch freaking text. I can't read this. I had to get the magnifying glass out to be able to read this. And what it says, and I'll tell you what, if some of you are old or your eyesight sucks, this will save you right now. So I'm going to tell you what you need to do. You need to take the batteries out and then put them back in, and don't touch anything for 10 seconds before turning it back on. So the batteries are in the bottom right here. See, there's the front, that's the back. There's a screw. And you can get a coin, or I'm just going to use my multi-tool here to go ahead and take the batteries out. So I'll go ahead and screw my flashlight. Yeah, I heard you. And get the batteries out. Good Lord. Oh, there we go. Alright, so this thing takes AA batteries, and the AA batteries are Energizer, of course, and there are 4 of them. And you got to make sure you put them in the same way that you took them out, and there are little pictures in there, so you'll be able to tell how to put them back in, but make sure you put them back in correctly. Always use a full set of new batteries. Don't mix old with new or put them in the wrong way, or life will suck. So you won't be saying life is good. You'll be saying life is bad. Alright, so let's go ahead and put those back in there. And then you gotta put this back on. It's, I'll tell you, I'm not too impressed with the whole design of this so far. Well, you're getting to see my first impression here on how to get this in there. If you're not coordinated, you might have some problems getting the batteries back in. Alright. So, have we waited about 10 seconds? I'll yak for another 5. Now, out of the box, it doesn't quite feel very sturdy, you know. So I have like an Energizer lantern, which is like one of my favorite ones, and it really is sturdy. But this thing does not feel. I don't have the confidence to drop this, basically. Now, I did go online and look at a whole bunch of reviews of this flashlight, and I'll tell you, they're not that great. A lot of people are complaining that this head right here breaks off. As a matter of fact, someone even said that they broke it while unpackaging it. Yeah, so, you know, I would say if you do want to buy this because it has all the bells and whistles and neat stuff, you're probably going to need to handle it with care. The legs are plastic. Whoops. Not metal. Even though they do put like a plasticky rubber base on there so it doesn't skid around too much, but it's not that great. But the build quality, the quality, you know, it's put together well, but the materials that they chose, I think, are poor. They needed to put like a stronger, tougher plastic, not this cheap plastic everywhere. So it's going to lose a star right there just because of that. So things it has a little handle right here on the bottom. You got legs, so it can sort of stand up on its own, just like that. See? You can't see. You can stand up like that, and then you could rotate the head. And what other features before we play with the lights? Again, you have this whole part, which is the lantern portion, and that's the flashlight portion. To go over the specs really quick, it's up to 150 lumens for the area light here, for up to 100 hours when you have it on low. And for the beam, it's 100 lumens. And when you have it on low, it can last up to 10 hours. I don't know how long this would last on high because they didn't say so. Without testing for days, I just wouldn't know how long it was going to last. Now, the button is a multifunction button. You hit it once, it's the front. Hit it again, it's the area light. Hit it again, it's off. Now, if you press and hold it, you will actually see it dim. And when it gets to the desired dimness or brightness, you let it go. And then you hit the button again, it goes out. And when you do bring it back up, it starts up on full brightness all the time. Now, if you want to do the same thing for the area light, you hit the button once, you hit it twice, and then you hold it, press it in and hold it, and you could watch it dim down. And it's kind of hard to tell on the video. As a matter of fact, let's turn off the big light. There we go. And let's start with it off. And I'll go ahead and... Okay, what's the trick? There we go. Let me get this straight. You hit it once for the headlight, you hit it again for the area light, and then you press it and hold it to dim it. And I'll let it get down to the dimmest. Right there, it's at its dimmest. So pretty good. And when you're using it as a area light or lantern, you just set it on the head there, just like that. So let's see how this looks. So pretty bright. pretty bright. I could actually probably do the whole. There we go. Do the whole video just like this. So pretty neat. So now I'm going to go ahead and just let you take a close look at this really quick. Now I wanted to show you really quick what I was talking about with the plastic, on how it's doing that area light. You could see all these bumps, and those sort of capture the light. So instead of, a piece of plastic with some LEDs lit here and it just sort of fades out, it sort of catches it all. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that. So it's a nice, it sort of somehow, it makes it so it evenly distributes that light along this whole flat piece of plastic. And it is pretty bright. So let you take a close look at the legs here. And you can see it's very plasticky, and I could probably break this very easily if I just pull this really hard. And this breaks really easy. They have a nice Energizer in metal there. So they have a great concept here, and they really failed with the materials. It's really disappointing considering the price point. Right now, I just checked on Amazon, and it's selling for about $26. And then when you include shipping, handling, and all that good stuff, you're probably going to pay upwards of $30. I don't think it's really worth it. It's really disappointing. When I bought this, I really thought I was going to get a good deal. I was very excited because I'm a geek, and I love multifunction devices, and this just had a lot of coolness about it. It was, just seemed like a really cool multi-purpose flashlight / lantern. But the materials, big failure. At least it came with 4 AA batteries. But it's hard to recommend. The average rating online, I would say, is about 6 to 7 out of 10. But now that I got this in my hand and I'm messing with it a little bit and feeling how the materials are, and even opening and closing the battery compartment is even kind of awkward. It hurts to rate it so bad, but I'm giving it a 4 out of 10. So unless you get this on a bargain, on a deal, like if they're selling out on Woot or something dirt cheap deals or whatever, for $10-15, I would not recommend this. So 4 out of 10, not recommended. It looked good, felt good in the packaging, but then when you really get it out there and start using it, you're gonna probably break it. And the reviews reflect that. In my opinion, I don't think it's a product that you should spend $25 to $30 on. Now, 22 ammo. I'm going to change the subject just out of the blue on you. It seems like it's impossible to find 22 ammo lately. It is crazy. I'll talk about 22 long rifle. I've been to every store in my area, and the only thing I've come across was the very expensive Eli, competition stuff that costs like $27 for a teeny little box. That's insane. And if you go on gunbot.net, where you could see 22 getting posted on all the websites, or you could look up any ammo and all kinds of other stuff, but gunbot.net, I went in there and put 22 long rifle in, and they have all these stores that are sort of tied into it, and you can see as soon as they post something. And what's neat about it is it shows you the cost per bullet, and it's like between 40 and 50 cents is the average for a round. Personally, I would like to find my favorite value 22 long rifle, which is the Remington Golden Bullets. I'm sorry. So, but anyway, I did while in my search come across these two items. One is my favorite, and I've actually done a review on these before. The 22 Super Calibres. These things are primer only. About $80 for 500, which is kind of high these days. They're so quiet. It sounds like a BB gun, basically a pellet gun going off, an air rifle. So these are not very powerful. They're coming out of your barrel at about 500 feet per second, which is less than a pellet rifle. I shoot these in my garage safely with a proper backstop and into a bullet trap, by the way. But really cool. So if you can't get out to the range, you could use these. I might do a video real soon just shooting these in my garage again. And of course, I got to listen to people say, oh my god, he's a nut, he's shooting in his garage, and they just don't understand. But whatever. And then in my quest to try to find some 22, I did come across some subsonics made by the same company, Aguila, right there. And this has mixed reviews, but I don't have too much subsonics in my collection, so I figured I'd get some of these. So this is something that, you know, does have gunpowder. It's Eli Prime, but it doesn't wake up the entire neighborhood or range or wherever you're shooting. So if you live in a community where houses aren't close, but you still don't want to bother your neighbors with supersonic rounds, but you need something more than 500 feet per second. I think this gets up there about 1,200 feet per second, I believe. But it's subsonic, so it's quiet. The other thing about subsonic bullets compared to supersonic is when you're shooting supersonic, besides the breaking of the speed of sound, the shockwave, and the noise that comes from it, you lose accuracy because of, I guess, going through the sound barrier, and the sound wave sort of interferes with the accuracy of the bullet. Typically subsonic are more accurate than supersonic bullets. So it's good to have some supersonics. Some subsonics, just because of those reasons. So if you're shooting shorter range and you want to try to keep noise to a minimum, it's a happy balance. So there's your gun tip for the day for your 22 rimfire shooters. And I'll do a video probably again on the super calibres, or the super calibres. They do have also I'm really dragging this on, but if you're interested, if not, tell me shut up and just stick to my review in the comments below. They do also have the calibres, which are slower. These are super calibres. They also sell calibres, which are 350 feet per second instead of the 500. And again, these have no gunpowder. They're primer only. And one other thing to know, these things have a weird smell. I guess that Eli primer or whatever primer they use. The same thing with even these. They have a strange odor that some people may not like. All right. One other thing. Let's just have a good old time today. I'm thinking about doing a live Google Hangout where I do it live on YouTube, where folks can, type in questions and I answer them live. Wouldn't that be cool? So, I know a lot of people ask me a lot of questions via message and things in videos, and I don't get to all of them. Really, I only answer comments for right after I post a video. For, that evening, I'll go ahead and answer the comments, and usually I might come back to them the next day, but usually from that point I go off and look at other my subscribers or people that I subscribe to, and I want to comment on their videos because it's not fair for me just to do my own thing. I'm part of a community here and I want to support that community, so I need to, plus I find and I learn so much here on YouTube. So I don't get to answer, even a tenth of the questions out there, and I never go back to the older videos, because can you imagine trying to keep up with comments for 400 videos? It's impossible, and that's why folks like Nut and Fancy may not answer you, and then you get all pissed off because he didn't answer your question and you posted it, because he can't go back through thousands of videos and okay, I'm gonna answer yours. It's you got to keep that in mind. And I didn't even understand why he wasn't answering what I think years ago when I had posted something. I'm like, man, that guy's a butt. But then I realize, especially now, that there's no way to keep up with all those videos out there on YouTube and try to go back and answer every comment that everybody posts. It would be a full-time job for 10 people. So But I want to give you an opportunity to answer, to ask some questions, and I'll be doing a live Google chat, and I can answer them live. So let me know what you think, and maybe I'll do that in the upcoming weeks. So let's go ahead and add this extra long video. By the way, here's Stewie, and there's what my shirt says. How can I dislike you in real life? All right. Well, thank you very much for joining me here at the Gear Obsession channel. I really appreciate every friend, viewer, subscriber, and I will not dislike you. And I hope you have a great weekend. Take care. Bye.